Hello everybody and welcome back to Super Metroid Pantheon and a very interesting start to terrain. You normally don't see, I guess, this part of the tile set used as an entrance that much. It's kind of unusual, but it's all interesting. Seeing how people do stuff and hi there, that's, yeah. Those side hoppers are mean guys. And right away we get Big Metroid. Now this is actually something I really like with this terrain. Let me get this off. Make this go by faster since I can't escape this thing. Let's get out here. Oh, hooray. Energy draining. So this is actually something I really like about this terrain, because Squishy, I guess, decided that when he was making it, he couldn't really make terrain less or more interesting, I guess. So what he decided to do was sort of speed things up. So right away we've got the Big Metroid, wonderful health alarm is going off. Just decided keep that in, but we'll deal with it right away. And it's going to be done and over with. We won't have to do that again. And then later with Mother Brain there's something interesting where he also decided, you know, this is, people have played this and done this a million times. We'll just, it'll be in there, but we'll speed it up. And so we will see that actually very shortly. So yeah, it's got the big old land. You're going to see Big Metroid. It's going to almost kill you. Get rid of all that first, and now we are actually in terrain. 'Cause now that we've done all that, we have Metroids we can attend to. So yeah, get rid of the, I guess, more boring stuff, less interesting. Then we'll go straight to the slightly more dangerous and not as, oh good grief. Also that. I did not remember that. And surprises like that are surprisingly not used very much, which is kind of unfortunate because those are the best things to put in. I don't know why don't have Metroids popping out of everywhere. So yeah, there's a lot of things I really, oh good grief. Hi. And this is why Screw Attack is so amazing. One of the reasons. And Plasma's nice because it goes through the Metroids. Yeah, this is one of the reasons why this... It's still terrain, it's still... you know. Same thing. But it's done slightly different and done in a way that, you know... Like Squishy was aware of issues with terrain when he was making it. Either that, or he got really fortunate when he made this and happened to make something really good there. So... that is one of the things I really like about this. Even though it's still pretty much same old, same old. At least Squishy showed some awareness of that and decided, you know, we're going to fix this. And these wonderful Metroids are just love to latch onto me. And as you can tell, he kind of wanted you to have space jump to make sure you had it, because I don't think you need it. I'll get back here. No, come on, get both of you. Because I don't think... There's no statue. So it's like this is where you would need it. I guess. I mean, you don't absolutely have to have it. But sections like this, I kind of like, 'cause it kind of makes you think, well, maybe I should go and grab that. Especially if it's an optional item in your hack, like space jump is an optional item in your hack, then it's like, well, maybe I should actually go and find the space jump somewhere. And those Rinkas are pretty much indestructible. Not as annoying as the Rinkas in the original. The Rinkas in the original Metroid are evil. They're like the epitome of hate of players playing the game. Because once you get to the point where you get to the Rinkas, because they're not in every room and terrain. Oh. What? Oh, I'm a derp. Yeah, to go along with the speed up thing. Zebatites are not affected by missiles or anything. So, yeah, that's kind of a little puzzle. Like, hey, what do I do? But there's no... And this is actually a little glitch thing that a lot of speedrunners do. Is if you skip the first Zebatite, none of the others will show up behind it, because it only loads one at a time. And so if the first one isn't destroyed, the game doesn't know to load the next one and the next one. And so skipping the Zebatite is something else. Oh, and you see? Tank form's already done. This was sped up considerably. Or her health was lowered considerably just to make it faster, get it over with. Which I like. Yeah, the Zebatite skipping glitch is something I have never done myself. So I need to make a video of it sometime. Just do it myself sometime. But there's some things to keep in mind. And look at this. Rainbow Beam already didn't even fire once. And I should have drained more health off myself. But oh well. So yes, or whatever. Like, why does a brain make noises other than squishy noises? So when you think about it, it should be like slapping a bunch of ramen noodles on the table. Just make a whole bunch of squelching and squishy noises. Of course, most brains don't have mouths either. Or bodies like that. Yes, Metroid, go do your thing. You're going to die again. And speaking of blowing up Planet Zebes all the time, not only does that planet seem indestructible, if any of these hacks take place in the same universe anyway, this Metroid and the space pirates on this planet are pretty much indestructible as well. I guess maybe if you make some story about a machine that always restructures the planet, the space pirates back after everything's been bloated up, then maybe you could make a hack based on that where you go to destroy whatever that machine is. Who knows? It's a product of an active imagination and not enough to do. And Mother Brain's gone already. See? I like that Squishy just decided, well, I think this might have been its thought process though. Well, I'm going to have this end, but I'm going to make it as painless as possible. It's going to be over fast. And a 15-minute escape timer, which I believe is the second longest in Metroid hack history. However, this is a long escape, I guess you could say. I have to destroy those guys, don't I? Yeah, screw attack works much better. It is a long escape, but don't let the timer fool you. It's not that big a deal. You have time, unlike Z Factor. You can stop and smell some roses. The Space Pirate roses. Although I'm not exactly sure you would want to smell those. And beyond that, you really, once you're out of here, there's really nothing major you have to worry about. Get out of here. Stop shooting lasers at my face. Yeah, screw tag is so much nicer on these things. And the birds wanted to tell us the planet's exploding or something, I guess. So once you get out of terrain, it's not exploding anymore, which is an effect of not having room states for these rooms to set them up, which again now is much more possible. So if you do have an escape that goes back through a bunch of, I guess, older rooms or earlier rooms the player explores, then I would heavily suggest you have the room states, or make the room states, so that it's still exploding. The music's changed just to fit that, you know, you're trying to get off a planet exploding. Although this way, without all the explosions and lights and all that, I guess it makes more sense that the pirates and enemies aren't panicking and getting off the planet, since they got there somehow. I'm sure there's some ships around they could use. And maybe that's how Ridley and Kraid always come back, and Mother Brain. I guess it's really just Ridley. He comes back the most. Unless you're playing hacks, in which case it's still Ridley. Because how many hacks have not had Ridley? And how many hacks have not had Kraid? And how many hacks have not had Mother Brain? I'm pretty sure Ridley would top the list for most used. Still, because I know there's some hacks that don't have Mother Brain, like So Little Time. Phazon hack. Super Zero Mission, that's kind of a technicality. Whether it had her or not, because it wasn't technically her. I will still count it as Mother Brain though, because I like that. And it was supposed to be Mother Brain. Yeah, and then there's like So Little Time doesn't have Kraid. I'm trying to think what else. What wouldn't have Ridley? Or what didn't have Ridley? I guess his hack like Super Hauntroid or Hollow Eve, but those both didn't have Kraid, Ridley, and Mother Brain, so that doesn't matter. That even out. So yeah, I'm not sure. Although I am pretty sure that still within hacks, Ridley's the most used throughout all of them. Okay. Get back up here. As long as you know your way around the planet still, you really have plenty of time. And like I said before, this planet is not that big. It's not a small hack, but you're not really going to be super lost in weird areas. And here's our elevator back to Criteria, where we can get our ship. After the long elevator ride. It's nice there's an easy hex tweak to make now if you wanted to speed up your elevators. Because speedy elevators are nice, especially for long elevators. Oh, still over 11 minutes. Yeah, there's plenty of time. I don't know why the timer's so long. I think 5 minutes would be plenty of time, but maybe it's just so you can go explore around, find more items. And thanks for grabbing me. Always wanted you to grab me. Thanks for... No, I didn't want you to grab me. And... Oh. I almost thought out here had exploding stuff. I guess not. But speaking of items... Where are you? Oh, there you are. Map's kind of not correct there, but oh well. Another missile. This'll add a little bit to our percentage, I believe. And with that, that is Super Metroid Pantheon. Made by Squishy back in 2008, so 5 years ago. It's aged a little bit, but it's still fun, and it's interesting. I like what he did with terrain and speeding up the parts I decided to keep in, but decided he would make those as quick as possible, or just get them out of the way. And the item order is interesting. It's very interesting. And we have a wonderful little mushroom cloud. And time was 3:06. Darn. And now for the items. We obviously don't get the best ending because it wasn't under 3 hours by a whole 6 minutes. So yeah, you're wearing sunglasses beneath the visor. That's cool. Can't get enough shade in them caverns. And what is the item percentage? 70%. So that missile probably got me up there. So that was Super Metroid Pantheon. Thanks for watching, and we will see you for the next one, which I believe is going to be just plain old Fusion. So we will see you for that.